Hey Rainy, what's up, boo? Oh, one of my other headphone was out. Hey, darling, I just have a quick word. I played this song in particular today. You got to learn not to take things personal on YouTube. Hey, the bushes, boo. Thank you so much for that tea treatment. When I tell you, I feel so much better. I just want us to be good for the rest of years to come. Because I tell you, it ain't nothing like being, sick with cold, flu, because it's something I don't know if I ever told y'all, but my white cell count is low, so it takes longer for me to get over certain illnesses. So I just definitely just try to pray about it when I am over it, because I really do appreciate not um always being sick. Like some people I know have it worse because they are sick all the time, and it's definitely something to deal with. What's going on, Petey? The Queen. Hey, baby. Yes, it did. The bushes. I am all up in that routine that you gave me, baby. I do not want to. What's the word? Um, get immune to it. I really don't want to get immune to it. So I need to work on my health first, and doing things more active. I got to get out there and be more active, because I notice when I am more active, it's less times that I do get sick. So yeah, I just want to hold on to that. But yeah, that's right, Peter. You said why everybody out here is so emotional. We're gonna talk about that, Petey. So yeah, you guys. So I just heard something that I understand totally. Um, about like the Lolo Lemon situation, of what Lolo is stating that she has had enough of. She said that she's had enough of being content. So I can add on to that, because I feel like from where Lemon is at, Lemon has. I feel like it's to the point he's let YouTube take over his relationships. I don't know how Lemon was prior to being Sir King's so-called, sidekick, but I felt like he had more of a life outside of YouTube prior to him, getting his own channel. And because I remember, I don't know how, what's true, what's not true a lot of times now when it comes to Lemon, but I do know that he did say he had a job, and it wasn't like an obligation for him to come live. It was Sir King's obligation to his audience to come live and do all those sorts of things. But from what Lolo said about she's sick of being content, I did things the right way. I feel like I did talk to try to address Lemon about just this little situation. So this whole thing about this show that he's trying to kind of give out to everybody. When I talked to Lemon, I was at work, so I couldn't really tell him exactly where my head was and say, "Hold on now, remember what you stated to me before." But I said it on the channel, so I can just go ahead and let y'all know. When I remember when he told me this whole content thing, him using people for content, he specifically was the one. He came at me and said, "Ro, I don't want you around Brian. I I think that Brian is basically a safety hazard and all this stuff." He was like, I really don't think that you need to involve yourself with meeting Brian." So I said, okay, so Lemon seems like he has some type of care in that situation. But come this show, Lemon tells me, "Oh, Ro, yeah, did you want to be a part of this show?" And I'm a see if Brian, want to be a part of it too. I'm see if, and I'm like, hold on, but Lemon, you just told me not too long ago that it's not a good deal at all for me to be meeting up with Brian. Ro, you don't do it. But when this show comes, it's content, so now oh, it's serving a purpose. Like, oh, if something happens, all well, So that's where Lolo is coming from, Lemon. She and I totally understand that she feels like you revolve friendships, your relationships around the content when the content suits you. And that King Roman too. King Roman just said it today too about basically he felt like you were using him for content. So until you can overcome that, I don't see where your relationships are going to go. Yeah. Hey, Dr. Soapy. So I mean, I just wanted to definitely put it out there to give that aspect for how I feel like Lolo feels. She's probably had enough because you can't say one thing and then change it up all of a sudden. Like, oh, it'll be okay if you feel if whatever you felt, what you told me, it should have been truthful. And it just kind of shows that I don't think you know how friendship works. Either you don't know how friendship works. I think you are a smart enough man to know, though. You should know once you are outside of YouTube. That's what I feel Lola wanted from you. She wanted that friendship outside of YouTube. She feels like that it's just YouTube because that's F-ish that you told me. But see, that's why I'm glad I'm already in that space with like all this YouTube stuff where I've been backstabbed, I've been li- lied upon, all of that stuff. But then somebody 1 minute they saying that they good with me, and then they turn on me. I've been turned on multiple times up here, so I know how this goes. And you already display that you say you have this fuck ninja type exterior that you carry about yourself. So I don't understand how you feel like somebody can take you seriously and know when you are being serious to when you're not. And I'm quite sure that that's how what type of page she feels like she's on with you. And I know you really didn't care about me because you didn't even step to ask like how you felt about the situation when it came to Brian. You didn't even step to ask, oh, you know what? But before I try to involve you with him, where are y'all at? So it was all about that show for you and me being a part of like just Ro, come on, join the show. And I want Brian to be there. We got to bring the drama. That's what basically it was. Hey, what's up, Cassie? Yeah. Yeah, Dr. Sophie. Yeah, you can't treat me like ish and then we're friends tomorrow. It's a YouTube game and not everybody is gonna play that game with you. Lemon. There ain't nobody gonna keep playing that. And you can see, well, I don't know what you see. I don't know exactly what you see, but I know that Lolo really just wanted to be a friend. And I don't understand why you can't grasp it and actually be one just back to her in a way where she doesn't have to feel like that she's content. You are an adult. You shouldn't have your friends second guessing you and not knowing where they stand when it comes to you. I've been felt that energy when it came to you Lemon. That like I'm like, I don't know where his head is, where he's at. And you shouldn't have to feel that way. Just that moment of her asking you that the other day when she was on the panel, she just wanted a straight answer. I'm gonna be quite honest with you. I in that motion I heard she basically just was like, "Did you say it or what?" Like, I'm sick of all of this. Just let me know. Did you say that we are friends in an extent or not or no? That's basically what she was coming from, and then you couldn't just give her a defining answer. You had to do a why don't go into like how these people feel, and then you did throw in um what did you say? You said basically like, oh, you back, are you back over there with them, or something like that, something of that sort. You didn't go into the motion of how you would have reacted with a friend. You could have just told her, Lolo, if I said it, my mind, my mind wasn't right. I am sorry. I'm gonna make sure to hit you up on the back end, because I don't want this to fall apart right now. But you couldn't give her that. You were trying to still give content. So yeah, I just wanted to say that. Oh, Dr. Sophie said, I pride myself on respect, even more so when the passing of my mother. Mm, yeah, Dr. Sophie. I'm very sorry to hear about your mother. I know the feeling. Mm. It's been a muck, ain't it, Cassie? Baby, it's just been a lot of that. Mucks have been run. So yeah, Miss Dollins, and I do feel like that. Oh, you're welcome, Dr. Sophie. I do feel like that. Lolo, she will. I'm quite sure. Uh, be back over with Lemon because I don't think that she's gonna just not do this Vegas trip. I really think that she wants to go to Vegas. If not dealing with Lemon in Vegas, she'll just do her own thing. But I'm sure things will get back. And I just hope that he will start approaching her more so without this whole YouTube vibe. Approach her with more of a friend energy. You have to start learning how to be outside of YouTube. You should be able to differentiate Lemon between YouTube and your relationships. You're making it seem for us that y'all have a genuine relationship outside of YouTube. But you don't need to show us that. Show her that. She wouldn't have came up here and from what the comment we that they have stated that was said is that she felt like she was being used for content. In my situation, I felt like you were using me for content and King Roman too. Three people ain't gonna be wrong. And more. And it's more. and you're not going to build more relationships. Like, are you trying to lead into this whole villain that I guess that that they want you to be? Are you even set up to be a villain? Because see, you keep saying that you're one way outside of YouTube and then you're another way on YouTube. Me and Lolo have already stated how we felt you were when we met you outside of YouTube, but then I think you're trying to say it's a different scenario. So I don't think you want nobody to know who you are. I guess that that's fine, but if I feel like if Lolo is your friend, she should be the one that knows you. And by her, saying that she felt like she was used for content, it doesn't seem like she knows you. It seems like she's in the same boat as the rest of us that have a genuine nature for you. So yeah. Hey, YouTube cameras, what's up, boo? Oh, see, yeah. Dr. Soapy, you said mentally tired. She is. Yeah, because I mean Lolo has definitely just been there. Hey, Prazar, what's up, boo? And she's been through, I feel like, a lot. She's heard his cries a lot. I've heard his cries, and I'm not even like, you know, like how Lolo is, just dapping Lemon up every day, lemon. But I've heard him, and then it's just like, is it a performance? And you shouldn't have to feel that way. I mean, he like boo and crying in one sentence to the next. And I don't blame YouTube. No, I can't blame YouTube. I was gonna blame YouTube, but no, I blame you, Lemon. So you have to get inside your own head and prove something to yourself. It's a lot more people that have YouTube as a job. You're not the only one. But who would want to take on this job, the job that you're doing? Hell no. Nobody would want to take that on. I definitely don't think that it's right for them to, try to get your mother involved. But you can't use that as I understand you can talk about it, but yeah, you said you say countless times that you want war. You already know that people don't play it fair. You know that. So yeah, hopefully he's not trying to use that as a crutch. It's either a villain or no villain. That's where we at now. Is either you. How are you? Oh yeah, he said he was emotional about to cry. Yeah, see, yeah, that's where he's been going at is this crying thing. I don't know where you. I don't know what type of villain that is, and you just how you just leave about it. You just left about it, and then you back at this because you wanted a relationship with somebody to be where you wanted it to be. When you up here throwing out F-ish and you say you keep it up, you ain't gonna know where your relationships are with these people. They're gonna go. You don't think everybody else has the right to go up and down like you do? That's crazy. Everybody also gets to go up and down and be this way to be that way. If you're gonna do it, you got to be more quick on your feet. I know they call me slow, But see, this is what you say you do by yourself. See, and this is something. This is the only thing that you do right for YouTube. Then you damn sure can know how to be a friend. Stop playing with us. You already you know how it's all you do is YouTube. And I'm gonna say this, uh, and you have a lot of people don't have another support to kind of lean on. You got support that you can lean on. So it's easy for you to come up here, do what you got to do, and lean more into being a friend. You it's something that I feel like you can take on in a much easier vibe. Hey, Castro. Um, it is. Yeah, Dr. Sophie. Yeah, it can be very toxic, and you have to have a break. Yeah, you know what, Castro? I'll drop the link for a little while. Yeah, but yeah, the main thing I wanted to just get out is I felt like I was used for content just like quite a bit of other people. But I know you have a closer relationship with Lolo. And when she states that she felt that way, that's when it's time for you to look deeper into exactly what a friend is. You may not know. You may not know exactly what a friend is. I mean, I really think that you should, but I don't. Lolo doesn't want to be a part of the F-ish anymore. I feel like it is. I feel like it done. She done been through enough. I feel like that being that she's at this step, she felt like that you this stuff, that you would be able to understand. Castro, hey, how you doing?
What's going on, Ro? Can you hear me? Look, I hate the fact that my phone sounds so low. I think I need to turn my volume booster up. I don't understand it.
You know what? You sound pretty clear, Castro.
I do.
Yes, Dr. Sophie. Yeah.
All right, that's good. So what was you referring to what in your commentary? I was in and out. I'm sorry.
Yes. So, I was just talking about that when it came to like Lemon, and they were saying that people were feeling like that Lemon was using them for content. I had a situation where he had told me that he didn't want me to be around Brian. He said that he felt like I would be unsafe around him and that we are already toxic. So he said that that right there, I would not want y'all to meet up. You should meet up with him. But he switched it up when it came for this show and was like, Ro, he approached me and was like, Ro, yeah, I want you to be on this show, and I'm gonna try to get Brian on the show. And see, I was at work at the time, so I couldn't really like tell him like, what are you talking about? Like what about what we talked about before? You said that Ro, it's a no. You don't need to meet him. He's toxic. So I'm like, why would you switch that up? Because it seemed like you on some type cared, and now you want me to be around Brian for content. So all of that was just like you really didn't give a damn, or something like that. So I was trying to get, like where his head was for him to, one minute you acting like you somewhat care, um, and now it's content out here to get. Forget what I said. Come on, you can, say if something happens, that toxicity, that's drama. We need that. So it's like 1 minute you can't be no F-ish type person to somebody 1 minute, and then next minute show that you have a Karen spirit. I did not go to Lemon for advice on me and Brian. I know I didn't do that. He offered up his advice. So
I understand. I look. I ain't
Yeah.
gonna lie to you, bro. I didn't know it was. I didn't know it was. It got that deep. Because I like you in it, and I like the other person too as well. But I didn't know it was that deep. So I don't. I can't. Really, I don't. I don't know if I have a comment on that. But I understand where you're coming from. Because I feel the same way too as well. I ain't gonna lie to you. I would. You know, because I don't want
Yeah,
people. I don't want you playing in my face. And,
that's right.
and look, I'm not saying that he was playing in your face, but you guys have y'all thing. So hey. You are your own man, so you know what you are facing.
Yeah. And I'm just looking at all these other perspectives of, I sometimes I feel like YouTube takes over people, and I know that we're all different from, how we interact on this app, but I still feel like that we all know how to put our genuine feelings to the side for somebody that, we say we truly care about. And we should be able to see him and to really know, his true character from his persona, because he says it a lot. He always tries to cut it in half quite a bit of times, to say that he's this person from the next person, but all together, I feel like it's all together. I don't really know who he is, and then it seems now, that Lolo seems like she doesn't know either, but she's supposed to be the closest to him,
Well, so I would say this.
right?
Sometimes when you do have sometimes alcohol involved. You know, People they can show you a certain side, and they may also show another side that you ain't seen from them. So therefore, when you see that side that you ain't see from them, it's very, very telling on how they feel about you. You know, sometimes that happens. And I
Yeah,
don't know why it's like that, but it's like that. And sometimes it's up to the person that's dealing with a person like that to make their final course on either you're going to deal with them or you're not.
yeah. And I mean, I guess, we at the point he doesn't have to let us know if he's drinking or not anymore. I mean, that's on him. Um, I just feel like now, he's just, it's just it's a platform with, a character, a persona, and just the F-ish character. Somebody that's, and yeah, that's something that right now is trending. That they, love that type of spirit that he has. But sooner or later, you're gonna have to get involved with somebody that's actually on bout it energy all the time. And you just may be left embarrassed. I mean, that's the road that I feel like that he could be going into. Um, Especially not knowing if he wants to be the villain or not. You really cannot be crying when somebody gives you smoke that you just stated, hell, anybody can give me the smoke, but now it's like, nah, today, oh no, not this person. I mean, I deserve this. No, go ahead, start cussing. Go ahead. This the energy that you say you display. I don't know. And then
You know, I'm not going to lie to you because
it's
what you're saying, I can relate to what you're saying because I have had people around me that has did that to me, and I think it's very, very sucky. Like why would you want to come out here and display that type of energy when you know what it is? And that shit it bothers me. So therefore, you have a right to feel how you feel because I mean you're human, and you're a man too. So it's like you wouldn't be lowering your standards, you know, kissing somebody ass. Like I wouldn't be doing it. I ain't gonna do it. Mm-mm.
yeah, and I definitely feel like, Lolo is at a vulnerable state, and her feelings right now are probably just really in a, just like, I don't know, is he for me? Is he not? She just doesn't want to feel that spirit.
So can I ask
And
you? Did he? Well, did she see what we seen that night?
no, I don't. I think she went back. I really feel like now that she may have went back to see it for herself because everybody was saying what he said when he said they are friends and at an extent. So I feel like she actually did. Like she was like, I can't do this. I got to go back and just see it for myself. And that's why her latest comments were basically that she doesn't mess with Lemon no more, and that she
Right.
pretty much feels like she
So they are no more. No, so they are no more. No, right now.
for right now because
Oh man,
she
that's
feels like
damn.
that she was used
Wow.
for content, because she asked him that question yesterday, and that live ended abruptly because I think Lemon just ended it. And then he said he couldn't get in contact with her. He said he couldn't contact her. So, it's definitely some type of energy there where she's probably feeling like I just
You know,
can't
that's what makes
feel
me
hurt
feel.
right now. I'm already hurt enough from my mother.
Mhm. And you know what? I feel like I ain't gonna lie to you. And, I'm not trying to speak for anybody, but I'm gonna tell you what I'm feeling right now in my spirit. I feel like someone may have been just maybe have a few drinks and they just may have they may have said something they didn't really too much really mean. You know, it could have been in that. It could have been a scenario that, but sometimes people will tell you the truth. Sometimes when they are drinking. So, and then, for that person to hear that about what has been said, it's like, oh my goodness, that's how you really truly feel. So, ooh, I don't have a comment on that one, man. Man, that's kind of deep. It's a little deep.
And he's been doing this is the thing too, Castro, like he's been doing so much apologies. Now, he's back on the apology, but how many times is somebody gonna keep listening to an apology? Because it's like you don't have to apologize to Lolo so many multiple times. And I'm like, you don't think that she's a woman of she's a woman of a particular age. You don't think she's heard apologies from men or women, whoever before this, and you don't think it's gonna register with her? Like, hold on, this man done had to apologize to me for this, for this. He keeps messing up, and then when he's not, Lemon is the one that stated that he's not been drinking like that. So why are you still messing up? Like to this point, like you keep messing up. And then we keep hearing your energy of being this F ninja, like I'm a F ninja at the end of the day. So you don't think that she could feel like you playing in her face? Just like these lives that are being made about you. And then you want to come and devote more. It seemed to me, and I'm gonna say it seems like he was trying to devote more of a spirit of saying how much he apologized to King Roman because he wants King Roman to be on that show because he wants to bring the drama.
Oh,
So is the drama more than your friendship with Lolo?
right. But so he apologized to King Roman.
Lemon has been apologizing to King Roman all day. They like from what I like basically
Oh,
he keeps saying,
I didn't catch all that.
yeah, because he was over at Pastor's earlier, and he keeps saying this about King Roman, but at the end of the day, Lolo is your supposed to be your friend to the to the end. Like y'all supposed to have this very very genuine friendship. That's where it seems like a lot of his focus I feel should be on.
Yeah, and I can't even lie. I have been, well, I am in Lolo's shoes right now because I feel like certain situations that I have been in, it has caused to have an effect on people that fucks with me that I consider a friend. And I so hate it, and I'm sure he probably feel like, damn, I'm fucking up. He probably won't tell you guys this, but I'm just saying, I'm just hypothetically speaking. But it's moments where I feel like, damn, yeah, I don't fucked up. I'm fucking up. Like, oh my goodness, like why is this happening? But sometimes we can be our own, worst problem when it comes to certain things that we cause in our lives, and really by getting on live and doing things and saying things that we probably should not say. Keep it to ourselves. Go look, go to the grave with it. Sometimes it'll get out.
Yeah. Yeah, and people, I understand, you own this app and you can be who you want to be. That's for sure. You can definitely do that. But
Yeah,
when you are around people that you are building certain relationships with, outside of the app, they want a genuine part of you. And I mean, I feel like that you do owe that to them, some type of genuine
you do,
attitude.
you do, you do, because
Yeah.
by not being the person that you are when you are not offline, and you being when you get online, you being a different person. It's like, okay, you're showing me a different side, so therefore I got to come at you a little bit differently now. And it's crazy because the person that may be getting hurt in the situation may not even want to even project that to the person to the person that they may feel like, okay, they rocking with me, but in actuality sometimes things may be a little bit misconstrued. you know there's not a lot of clear understanding, and if it is, it's getting it's being it's being brought up, but it's just kind of like going in a different way you know
Yeah. And I mean, I think that can just lead Castro to astronomical um disappointment. It can like from the people you building these relationships with, she shouldn't have to be disappointed every time, that she looks up. And then I really feel like that, I know you probably, Castro, had a friend or somebody that has close to you that lost somebody, and you know how to deal with that. I feel like that's when you bring out your human character in you, and you gonna know how to keep your friend up. It shouldn't, you nothing should be able to like create like, what, my bad, I wasn't there for you at this time, but because about this YouTube stuff. uh I understand he say that this is, I mean, if we gonna take it into a logical advance, he say this is his job. He did state that, that YouTube is his job. And wherever a man gets his money from, that's not anything for me to critique. Okay, you get your money from YouTube, but you also have involved your job with your personal, because apparently YouTube is it is, YouTube is your personal. So you need to work a little harder. I'm sorry, you're going to work a little harder on trying to cut that. Say, hold on, I got my personal over here. I'm gonna try not to f this up. But you keep on throwing her on in there. He's throwing her right up in the workplace. And I'm not gonna sit there and put all the blame on him either, though, because I feel like Lolo does need to understand what he has stated. He has stated that, remember, YouTube is my job. So on some level, you may just have to, hold on, I want to get this check this month. So I might just go ahead, hey friend, I could definitely just kind of use you up to build this content. Like, hold on, my chat it's looking a little dry. Let me go ahead and put you on up in there. I'm gonna put you in there. I'm gonna put King Roman. I'm gonna put Roll. Let me just throw y'all up in here. I need a little bit of content on y'all. Like a rag, a wash rag. I'm gonna just go ahead and just try to, let me get a little bit of juice out of y'all. Okay, mix this lemon juice up. You can. It's just a lot. But, because when you do have that, it's the YouTube drama king, um, but down the line, people that really want to rock with you, as you say, that really want to build a relationship with you, they gonna want that genuine man. It ain't they, she's drained. Lemon, she's drained. You done dried that washcloth is dry. You done dried her on up. She can't do nothing else.
Emerald, are you and Lemon? Are you guys cool?
Yeah, I don't have an issue with Lemon. No, I don't have an issue with him, but um, I do have my I have my stripes with him on a level of not really knowing, where he's at. Because in that moment, I'm just at that moment where you telling me one thing and then you telling me something else. That it feels like you're using me for your purposes.
Also for his own beneficial. Yeah,
Yeah.
but. mm, this is so. I ain't gonna lie to you. I kind of don't know. I kind of don't know what to say because I like you and I like him too as well. So it's like I don't want if he sees this, I don't want it to come off as like I'm trying to tell you what you should be doing. Because I mean I understand where you're coming
Oh,
from, Ro. I ain't gonna lie to you, I do. So I'm just kind of like at a loss for words a little bit when it comes to this.
it- yeah, and you know what, Castro? I just was coming to pretty much weigh in on what is like going on right now. That was it. I mean, I'm when it comes to like a lot of this stuff on YouTube, I don't take it too serious because I try not to take it serious, but I am a passionate person. So, at
Yeah,
times I'm just, I'm human, so I'm gonna feel the way I feel. But
as you should, as you should, because people say you don't have a backbone. I think you already. I think the person that you are right now, you already you have always been that person. You just decided to let it out more, because they was trying to play you like you didn't have it in you. You know, trust and believe.
yeah,
I done look. I remember when you first came on the scene. I remember, and to see where you are right now, it's like damn, this is a different type of road right now. It's like you ain't going back to the old type of person. I'm like, damn, okay. Look, someone talking shit to you. Look, you talking your shit right back. Whether you have to make a video or better yet, hit a link if you want to. You know,
Castro, it's all about evolving. I've tried to evolve, and I know sometimes I don't evolve around the positive, but I do. I do try to keep my mindset on revolving around more positive so that I can eliminate the negative that I know is no good for me. That's not gonna help me get to where I really want to be. So
right?
I mean, that's just when I can tell everybody is to have that type of energy, and definitely when it comes to like relationships, I need to kind of know where folks are. That I have built up here.
Yes,
Um,
and
I rather know. I rather know. But sometimes some people leave you in a mystery.
they would
Of
just
like
like
really where
Brian.
they are.
And I'm not. I hate to bring another person up, but like just like Brian, because me and him, we had some words earlier. I don't know if you caught that or not, but we had some
Yeah.
words. I think we was at Prezario's or somewhere. I forgot because I went to sleep. Look, that's how much I give a fuck about this shit on YouTube. But yeah, Brian had to, he didn't like the fact that I called certain shit out that I feel like he was trying to put, come at you in certain ways. Like, nigga, please, you can't try to be Mr. Macho Man and think that you're gonna have some control over another man because you are your own person, you know, and you're not weak. You're not weak. And then, look, if you can cuss me out, I know that you ain't weak. You ain't look. You standing look. Look. And you also do. You can do the same towards other people too as well. But for that nigga to get on here and try to stun in front and act like he ain't did what he done did, please, nigga, please fall the fuck back like you've been doing on your back. Okay.
See, and
Okay.
Brian, one thing too about Brian is that he is like guilt plays a huge role in like who he is, and that's why he tries to fix relationships with folks, but only in that moment. He's ready to go right back into the toxicity at any moment, and that's why I chose to, like when I block, I block. So
Yes.
that's something that he has to understand. And
Keep him blocked.
I'm
Keep him
all the way
blocked.
good with that.
Because
Yeah.
who wants to be disturbed in the middle of the night with somebody else's problems? Like nigga, please. I'm not going to lie to you. He kind of reminds me of somebody that's going like a bugaboo. Like, oh my goodness, like what's going on now? Like, here you go. All because he can't get his way when it comes to you. You know what I'm saying? I'm just saying. Hmm. Let me shut up. Let me shut up.
I I'm not willing to go back down that route. And when it comes to all that the stuff that when it comes to the friendship stuff, because see, I don't
Mhm.
see that as a friend. I know
He's not a friend of
what a
nobody.
friend is.
Mm-mm.
Yeah,
Brian's not
it's
a
stuff.
friend of nobody. He would love to try to either attack us, because we, he feel like I'm big and I'm do this and do that and I got a gun. Nigga, when you purchase a gun, they didn't start making yours. Okay, look, honestly, we all can have the same type of ammunition. Whether it's with words or in really with a pistol or with a 357. But at the same time, we ain't trying to take it that far. But knowing him, because he a little off in the head, because I don't trust him from a long shot. I can't pick that big ass nigga up at all. I'd be willing to talk to his ass, but if at the same time at this point, it ain't no talking because he done showed his ass too many times and then get back online and say, "Oh, I'm sorry, you guys, I didn't mean it." Please, if you didn't mean it, why you say it? Obviously, that was something that was deep down rooted inside you that you were thinking about whoever you may have had some acquaintance, okay, with you was talking with. I'm just saying. Hmm.
I hope that Brian will be able to find his next chapter though when it comes to how to formulate relationships. I do I do hope that for him. But he's going to have some type of um help. He's gonna have to have some help. Like I was not playing with him. He definitely should go and try to reach out, to therapy or to see what he really needs, so that he'll
Yeah,
know how to be more, like morally conscious when it comes to your friends. You don't always like lit backs
exactly.
and friendship don't mix. That's not something that's gonna help you build a solid relationship. See,
Exactly.
Mhm.
Oh, go ahead. Go ahead.
Oh no, oh
Go
no,
ahead.
oh no, yeah, no, yeah. I was just saying that, like, if he were to, um, like other relationships in general, they're gonna be the same. I don't know how his
Mm,
relationships are outside of this YouTube, but the people that are not in his life on YouTube, hopefully they are getting another Brian. I'll say I do hope that they're getting the Brian that we don't know.
mhm. Exactly.
But
Because I can only imagine if he's really like, is he acting? I think he may be putting 20 on 10, but at the same time, I feel like some of what he's doing on here is really him. If you know what I'm saying,
yeah,
because you talk to him online offline, so therefore we know this already. But I'd be wondering like, are you acting? Or are you for real? But he shows his colors. He shows his true colors, and I'm glad that he does. I got a song. Hey, I just want to say thank you because you show your true colors. I just got to move on with my life because I see how you are. Just like with another individual out here that's want to get on here and talk and say this and say that about me, baby. Hey, I ain't upset. You the one upset. You the one that's mad, getting on apps and shit, trying to one up me. Go up, look, go right ahead. One up me all you want to. That's you lowering look your self value. Look, okay, when it comes to bodies. I'm sorry, I went on
right,
another rant.
oh no, you fine, Castro. But you know what, Castro? I just, I hope that you are. I think I heard, like, you have some things that you got planned for yourself, and that's where I feel like we should be headed in 2026. Just empowering ourselves, doing things that we want to do. Maybe taking on hobbies that we genuinely, care to do. That's how I feel like we can build ourselves into, um how to, I know they say a lot of times, we're like, yeah, bro, you and your backbone, you don't got one. That's how I'm gonna build up this backbone that they say I don't have, is
I'm
just build on my life, you know,
Yeah, and
stuff that I
and
know
I
I can
feel like
improve in.
Yeah, you're right. You can that you can improve and improve and I feel like a lot of times people fail to realize that you are a grown man and look, you did something that people wouldn't even attempt to do. Okay, you showed the people, hey, I can travel, I can do this and do that. Don't get it twisted. You know, I think people have the wrong stereotypes when it comes to you and I. Sometimes I ain't gonna lie to you, I feel like that. I ain't gonna lie to you, I do.
Yeah, maybe, and it could just be because I think we may at times, kind of hold our tongues. And that's
Hmm.
not a bad thing, Castro. It's not a bad thing to not just come up here and go slam off, at every spirit of the moment. It's good to, I'll say, have some type of patience for yourself, and to really think about things. Um, because we're not always in, like traveling down the wrong path, because that's where people, usually try to pause us at and say, hold on, y'all going down the wrong path. Like, what, hold on, that's a wrong turn. But
Yeah.
we as men, we have to make mistakes and learn from them on our own. And we've made it this far in life. So I think we're doing quite a bit right.
We are, and I ain't gonna lie to you. What you did last year. Was that last year when you went out of town? Well, you went to California.
Oh yeah, that was, you know what? It
Yeah.
might have been last year, or no, 2 years. It might, was it last year? 2 years ago now. 2 years
Okay,
ago.
that was so. Like what you did, I ain't gonna lie to you. Me personally, I would have been scared because I never, I have traveled by myself. Going to, leaving Arkansas and going to Texas and really going to Houston. I did the train and then the bus and shit. I did all that shit by myself at 18. But doing that now, I ain't that ain't my. I can do it, but the way that you did it, hell, I feel like shit. Hey, you had everything in control and you was a grown man about your shit. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna lie to you. And anybody that may have thought that you wasn't gonna be able to make it here, make it there, you made it. We seen it. Thank you. Look, thank you for the YouTube for the BET experience, honest bro. Okay. You was
Oh,
there in live
you're welcome.
color. You said
Yeah, and it
what?
was fun. It was, and yeah, and Castro, it was fun too. It was, I did have a good experience. Just seeing, Cardi B and the actual people that I did interact with were,
Right.
really cool. And I got into that VIP. I mean, that was something where that was, very unexpected when, like, those ladies, they invited me into their
Mhm.
VIP spot, and then I met the girl Bianca, who I talk to every now and then. I need to hit her up to see exactly how she's doing though, but yeah, she was
Is
a very good
she
person that I
known?
met.
Is she
You
known?
um well, she does some acting roles, like she does certain scenes with acting. I
Okay,
seen
okay.
it, but yeah, she's on YouTube. I mean, no, my bad,
That's
not YouTube. I'm sorry. She's on Instagram.
okay. That's what's up. That's what's up. That's what's up. But yeah, I
Yeah,
enjoyed
but
that.
thank you.
Like, I enjoyed you going out there enjoying yourself. A lot of folks may have doubted you if you was going to even really go, but you did that shit. And look, it was hey, you did it, and you came out of that shit. You got back home and shit. Hey, it's look, that's one off the. I'll look off the books for you. If you ask me, shit.
You have to make the most out of situations. I feel like, especially in that type of situation. Um, and yeah, that's what I did. I made the most out of it, and I was in need for a nice vacation, anyways. And the sights that I saw were really nice. Like
Yeah.
from the they had like this pool party, Castro. You would have loved it. It was this real, just a real laid back pool party.
Yes, and then look, I would look. I look if you was look if I was there with you, I would look. I would have been trying to encourage you to let's get in the water.
Yeah, definitely.
Look, let's
Yeah,
have a look. Let's have a margarita. Look. Let's just let's chill. That's it. That's chill. That's it.
yeah, shoot, let's chill. And then
Mm,
the crowd was so, they were very interactive, just a lot of folks that you could just tell, like, look, we here to have a good time. So
Right,
yeah, it
right.
was nice. The 'cause, like it was a rooftop pool party.
I was on the
So
rooftop.
yeah.
See that? I ain't gonna lie to you. See, you should have never told me that because now, see, I feel like shit. That's some high type, Sadiddy type shit right there. Okay, I ain't gonna lie to you. I love that type of shit. I ain't gonna lie, I love it. I love that type of shit. Hey, it's like the look, living my best life. Hey, I ain't going back and forth with you niggas. Okay, look, cause you know what, you could have look, bro. I don't know if you got in if you got in the pool or not, but just being up there and shit, saying shit, I deal with YouTube later on. That right there would have been just like the whole entire experience for me. Like, oh my goodness, I'm enjoying myself. Fuck what they gotta say about me. Fuck how I look. Fuck how how they may think that I'm looking. I know I made it here with my own money. I made it here. I got here. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I remember. Look, I
Yeah.
remember you was in the room eating. I think you was eating a salad or something. I think you was eating a salad the last time I seen you.
I forgot what it was. It could have been Castro.
Yeah, you know you was. I think you was gonna meet
Yeah,
up with
something.
everybody else, but you was just by yourself for a little minute, and then you know I think you was at the bar. I
Oh
think you
yeah.
was at the bar.
Oh yeah. Yeah, I was. Yeah, that was. Oh, that was in Vegas. Yeah,
Yeah,
when
that
I
was
was
amazing.
at my hotel room. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Yeah, you was look, you was
Yeah.
enjoying your meal and you was finna get ready to get on out. I was expecting for you to, vlog, but you had to get ready and shit like that. So therefore you had too much time for that. So, yeah.
Hey, Miss Darling. Hey, Stacy. Yeah. And you know what? Another thing though, Castro, when you do start traveling, like you will get though in a mode of maybe not really even feel like that mode of like meeting more people when you have done quite a bit of trips, you may be tripped out.
Right.
And I feel like that's kind of where I'm at right now. I'm just kind of tripped out, and it's okay to feel that way. Sometimes you have to renew yourself to get, back into a mode of maybe meeting this person, or meeting people on, just on this app. Sometimes you got to meet yourself first. I mean, you got to meet yourself again.
Yeah, you do. You do.
You know,
And see, look, I wanted to ask you, look, how was it meeting Jay Wilson? Because I wouldn't mind meeting him because I would love to have a little coffee, a cup of glass of coffee with him, a couple cups with him, and have a little talking. You know.
oh, oh, you know what? It was nice meeting Pastor. I gotta say we had that common ground of school, and I feel like Pastor, he's just at a point in his life where he's on YouTube, and he's just at that moment. I know he's with Mark, so that's kind of where I saw that his head was. It's just like YouTube, a little bit of YouTube here, and I feel like just making sure he's having fun. Um, doing this time in his life. I feel like that's just what he's doing right now. It's just focus on that, and also, focus on his relationship. Uh, just living. I think it really meant something to him. This homecoming right here, because I don't know how many more homecomings he's planning on going to, but I think he really just wanted to experience this homecoming. It was something about this one in particular.
Yeah.
Um, so yeah, that's what I really, got out of our meetup. And I really feel like he's a good person, um, outside of YouTube, and I mean, I think he's good on YouTube too. He doesn't like be up here doxing somebody, boots off, or he doesn't do that. Yeah, I know Pastor likes to fight, he does scrap. Um, but for the most part, I feel like he's just trying to build um a continual income
Yeah,
on
I ain't gonna lie to you.
YouTube.
I'm a little scared. If I get around him, I may start flirting with him. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just
Oh,
kidding. I'm just
really,
kidding. I'm
Castro?
just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. I'm just playing. I'm just playing. Don't take it serious because look, they gonna take this one and run with it. No, but no. If I get around him, it'll be all right. I think we had a clear understanding. I don't know if you watched this last video today, but I had got on the panel and we talked and shit like that. But I think we have we're good. We're good for the time being because me and him we'll be fighting again. It don't take too much when it comes to me and him.
Yeah, that's good to know, Castro. I'm glad y'all are on a good page right now. Yeah, because I know, sometimes y'all kind of can, y'all are, up and down. So yeah,
Yeah, I mean,
but
look,
I'm like
just
that
like
with certain
Brian,
people up here too, though.
like that, like big biscuit. Oh, I can't even a brisket back, big brisket back. Just like big brisket back. Like me and him, he know me from a long shot. That I've been on here I've been on here for a little for some years since 2014. You know, and
And,
he has so much you know hatred a little bit towards me for some unknown reason, but it is what it is. But at the same time, I'm not changing who I am because I'm always feel how I feel. Because when it comes to him, he like to hide certain things, but at the same time, he likes to also get on here and display certain things too. And then he don't want you talking about it. But brisket back, bitch, we can talk about it because we see you, baby. We see you for who you really are. You're not hiding anything from anybody. I mean, I don't know who you think you fooling. You ain't fooling me, bro. Is he fooling you?
no, Brian can't. Brian can't stay. He can't stay mad at nobody. See, that's one thing
Mm.
too, Castro. He can't stay mad at. From what I saw, I felt like he was trying to get back in your good graces. You know, because he knows how at times he can try someone, and Brian is he's just the type that he's one sided on a lot of stuff. He wants you to treat him right. He just wants to be treated in a way, but then when you push the tables on him, you do something back to him as he's done to you, he does not care for it. Because see, that's why
Mhm.
he continues to ask like why road blocked me, why road blocked me. And I don't even have to say the reason why. Because all people got to do is look at the reflection. He blocked me. So I don't have the capability to block him after he done blocked me. And he
Mhm.
said that he did.
Preach,
So
preach
now,
it.
now it's
Mhm.
always that it's always don't you do no lit back on me.
Mhm.
Don't worry about it because see this lit back right here was the worst one you could have did because it's a dynamite lit back, baby. Because block is a block for me. He'll see. He now because now he trying to yell out Steven. Don't yell out Steven name because you don't want to be in the same boat as Steven, sir. You don't want to be over there with him. But go ahead. Go see if you can find him. Because you're sitting right behind him, though. You're sitting right behind him. Keep yelling out Steven. Don't yell out no Steven. Yell out Mississippi, baby. He said he back over there with Mississippi. Okay.
Mm.
And
The one
ready
that
to
shit,
get hit for the
the one that
third
shit
time.
beside the
Boy,
head.
bye. Let me pick.
Hold on, is Mississippi the one that he was really trying to get back into and some connects with?
Yeah, he said. From what he said, I guess he's
Already.
still. But he got another man though too. Like Brian is hot. He's hot. He got another man. I think that was the one that he was in the back the day right saying, shut the door. Then how many
Mm.
men you got coming in the house? Yeah,
Who said that?
you was hot.
Hold on,
You
who
was
said
hot.
who said shut the door?
Brian. Probably trying to stop them. Shut that door. Shut the door. I mean, dang, how many you got coming in there? He
Look,
love to call somebody a hoe.
it's like a fast food driveway. Hey, they coming and going. Okay, they coming and going. Especially when you big like that, a lot of times your options are very very limited. So he was look. He it should have been a grateful feeling for you to even talk to him. Because I mean,
What-
do you like the healthy guys? Them big motherfuckers, them big old fat motherfuckers.
Well, you know what? Actually, I know some guys that's tall and they, if it's a guy that has a nice smell to them, sometimes that
Mm-hmm.
can right there, that's really a nice, turn on. Because I do know
Oh,
a couple of guys like that they, they have a good a man that has a good scent on them. That's something that really intrigues me. When they really know how to work that.
I'll say I ain't gonna lie to you. I'm different, bro. The smell don't matter to me. It's about the who, how they acting. They got to be acting right. Look, all that
Yeah,
smell, look, smell good stuff, and then you dressing like this and that. That ain't. I'm not impressed by that. I just know you got some clothes on your ass, and you look and you making sure that I don't smell you. Hopefully you washed your ass, And see, I think when it comes to Brian, Brian may be a clean ass nigga, but at the same time, look, you can be as clean as day, but ain't nobody still wanting to be with you, permanently. It's only temporarily, and he knows this already.
yeah.
He knows
It's
this.
his it's his it's his attitude. I mean, because that's something. That's why I said like he best bet for him. I feel like, and he may not agree, but I do feel like he should go and just talk to a counselor. I know he
He
says he
do.
has a job. If he does that, because he knows that though. I think he knows that. He just I don't know if like he's willing to do that right now. Being that I know he said he's going back to school. Okay, you're going back to school, but we want your relationships to prosper as well as your education. He's already prospered his education before, so I feel like
Yeah.
yeah, I'm not saying I never would tell nobody to not go to school, get your education up, not at all, do that, but also start looking more into building your mental, so that you can stop being immature and stop being impulsive to people that actually care, or have a decency for you. Once he does that, I'm telling you, his relationship with Mississippi will get better. Um, and others. So hopefully he will actually do that. He said he told me he told me that he was going to take that advice, that he was going to seek out that, even though he could have been in that mode of playing, but I'm like, you shouldn't play. I'm like, I'm trying to give you something that I feel is going to better you, and because Brian he wants a relationship. He wants all these things. He wants to be in a relationship, but do you want to be in a
Right.
toxic relationship? No, I will hope you wouldn't. So if
Mhm.
you want a relationship, you want a place, he wants a baby, and he does not want to do it alone. Brian wants
Mhm.
a man to be right there bound um to do this. He wants to have that experience. Now with me,
Right.
I've told him I'm at the point when I was in my early 30s. I was highly interested in having a child, but now I'm in the mode of, I don't. A child is not something that I will run out. My partner, if I were to get a partner, um, I if they are somebody that I'm highly interested in, and then they was like, I want a child, I may consider it with them, but I'm gonna tell you right now, I'm gonna be like looking at them like, you are really the one that wants the child, so I'm gonna have to just get into trying to love if that's the case, trying to love a child, learn. I mean, because I'm really not at that spot. You know, I'm
Yes,
not saying
indeed.
that I'm all the way over, compromise though. If that is something that is driven into my life, that okay, a child, but it ain't something that I'm running to. And then I feel like with Brian at this point, if he does not go get the help, I already know that he would try to do something and put that baby in my hand, and, put that baby in, and then he'll be going to try to, truck drive or something. What you think
Hmm.
you about to do here, Ninja?
Hmm.
Definitely gonna get a shoe thrown at the back of his head.
Yes, indeed. And a foot.
Yeah, because I know he would try to leave. He would try to run off. What about the cat, Brian? What about the cat eye? He want a cat too. He wants a lot. And then want us to just sit there and want somebody to just put up with that. You want a cat, Ninja? You want a baby? He want a white man on the side too. He want a white man on the side. He wants you to deal with all that. Then he want to be in a trailer. Okay, he don't even want to get you a ranch. He want to be in a trailer.
Hmm. How
Everything
dreadful.
Brian wants.
How dreadful. How dreadful. Darling, please get it together before you try to judge somebody else, nigga. Please get it together, cause he over there. And sometimes I think Brian is suffering from. some things that he has not dealt with within himself. And it's sad that he gets on here and he displays that, the things that he talk about. Like, nigga, you're showing the world that, yeah, you can be here for this and that, but when it comes to certain things that's important, yeah, you may not want to go through for them. Well, really go through it. Go through it. At some time in your life or whatever, what time,
Uh,
wherever you may be at. I'm just saying, I
and
see
we're
right through
at
that.
this, yeah, see, we're at this point, Castro, because I've tried so many times to just, have a very positive spirit with Brian and say, okay, let me put that positive spirit and just, like listen to what he's saying and, try to step into that friend role again. But Brian he'll bring up the past and he'll say that, I did him so wrong. And then he'll also say, oh yeah, I did real wrong too. But then he did me wrong. I'm like, we're supposed to be moving towards the future. The future is where, you don't, the mistakes that you've learned from those.
Right, you
So,
don't make up
I'm
the
not, I'm
past.
not going down that path again. Yeah. From here on, it's YouTube ish with me and Brian. It's just YouTube ish, and I'm at that point.
And can I ask you this? Do you feel like, when you talk to him offline, and and the public wasn't able to see, or hear what you guys was, doing, whatever, do you feel like it's a change with him?
No, no. As of lately, no. I feel like it's all the same. I
It's
feel like
all the same.
everything is the same because
Hmm.
it was like one time, and that's why I was like, I don't know if he was on medication or what, but I felt like that there was a change for the good. But other
Hmm.
than that, it's just always been back to the one-sidedness, the way that he wants me to be.
Yeah,
And then
he can
he
do it, but
told
you
me, he
can't
said
do
I changed. Yeah, he said that
it. No,
I
you can
changed. He was
change.
like, he said I went. He kept saying I went Hollywood and stuff like that. But
Yeah.
that was me speaking up and saying no. And then he also wanted me to basically be on his side, whether he was right or wrong.
Right, and see, that's
He's that type of
bro,
person.
bro. He told me the same thing. He said, when I was with that other person, he said, "Oh, you going Hollywood just because you getting a few numbers, nigga." I'm just noticing the shit that you are doing. Like, are you mad about me being honest with you about what I'm seeing, and you gonna say you cool with me? Like, bro, you have a right to feel how you feel. Because I
Yeah.
promise you, if the shoe was on the other foot, he would say the same damn thing.
Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, even after I like this stuff, I still am trying to give him a certain positive of saying, go and I told him go and get help, go talk to a therapist. It's nothing wrong with it, and see what they can do for you to get your pros and get your cons on a certain balance, and see what you want to keep. I'm not because Brian, he always will feel like that somebody's trying to control him, but that's never the case. I'm not trying to control any grown man on this platform. Do what you want to, but I will say things that I feel like to help you, because you want relationships. We know that he wants a ritual relationship, but
He's longing
it's
for it,
some
bro.
reason,
He's longing for it. He's longing for it.
but they continue to fall apart because
Hmm.
he doesn't get that it's two things and it's two-sided relationships. Like two sides of it. It's him and then it's the other person, and you want. It sounds like he wants a doormat. Brian,
Yeah.
ain't nobody's going to continue to be a doormat. From that experience that he stated he's had with Mississippi, I could see all of the positive changes that Mississippi
Hmm.
has made, but Brian takes those as negatives. Like he doesn't feel
Yeah.
like that Mississippi should be able to tell him, Brian, you got to go to work tomorrow. So
Yeah.
I'm gonna call you back because because see, Brian is the type he can be like, I'm trying to talk to you right now. Like
Oh
that's
hell,
all of that. I'm like, no, I gotta go to work. Brian, I will not be on the street because of you. Um,
I know
Mississippi
that's right.
already said he's not gonna do that, be on the street and then, be yelling just because it's easy for him to come on YouTube and yell out, I need tissue and I'm gonna be homeless. And everybody is not in that capability to yell that out to people online. Like,
Sure.
oh my God, my rent due, I'm gonna be homeless. Oh, ain't nobody who about to do that?
Right. Right.
Because Brian want to have a conversation about what though? About what? A conversation about how he feel. No, and then don't really want to hear how they feel. Mississippi had to go to work. You know what? Ninja Alcohol. Mississippi just wanted to go to work, y'all. That's why he said, "Look, Brian, you aren't listening. I'm going to put you on Do Not Disturb because Ninja, I need space. Okay, I got a job that I gotta go to. It's not that easy. You don't understand. And then Mississippi got cussed out. You want me to talk? He got cussed out over there. I don't know if he went to Jay Wilson's platform or his own about a do not disturb.
Mm.
Don't worry
Yeah,
about Mississippi's do not disturb.
he went to Jay Wilson platform complaining about what is it Mississippi putting his ass on do not disturb. Like nigga, sometimes people don't want to be bothered, with that
Yeah.
bullshit.
And then the man didn't want children, and he had attitude. First of all, okay, that man he's thinking like, hold on, this man trying to throw a kid at me. I don't want no kid. And then he had an
Mm-hmm.
issue with that, like, just because we fooked back in the day don't mean that we getting back cool now. And you
Right.
think
It's
I'm
gonna
gonna
be the
just let you put a
same.
kid in my lap.
Right.
And then
Right.
and I know who he know Mississippi know Brian. I know he know him
Mm-hmm.
too. And he knows that Brian loses interest quite quickly. And I just feel I mean, I'm not saying that he's not gonna love the child. I do feel like he will love the child, but he wants a partner for a reason. Brian does his stuff. He's already planning certain things. Like he's like, oh no, I ain't gonna do this by myself. I'm gonna have somebody here with me.
Oh yeah.
Just on them days that I ain't trying to deal with that child. Here you go, and it's gonna be quite a bit of days that
Yeah.
you will be taking care of that child. Brian gonna be somewhere getting his windows bust out. Don't play with
Mm-hmm.
me.
Getting bust. Look,
I'm really
and
concerned.
also smoking. Because he likes smoke. Brian is an avid weed smoker, so therefore he got to be sedated at certain times. Of the day. I don't understand that. But yeah. Mm-hmm. You are, look,
Yeah,
Ro, you are telling the whole truth. Keep on speaking.
and you know what? Now I ain't gonna say that, but no, yeah, he does need to think about those things. I will say, and then whoever he does decide to have that child with, Brian, you need to
Mm.
know this too. They may not want you smoking around their child. That's just something I'm gonna throw out there. They may not want that. You may not like that right there, but yeah, they may say, I don't want no. If we having a child, I don't really want you to be smoking around them. I don't care what He'll be like, oh no, but this is just marijuana. No, I don't want you smoking around my child. I don't want that stuff going into my child's lungs.
Right.
So you're gonna have to cut that out, sir. He just might. He may just whoever he may decide to be with. So I don't. If Brian, go get help. That's the best thing I can say. Get help. Um, so that you can get all this stuff in your life because he has a lot that he wants to do. I mean, a lot.
I'm
And
sure he does. I'm
baby,
sure he does. He gets on here and displays certain things like he just doing a damn thing, but at the same time, nigga, you ain't no different from anybody else on here. Hey, you trying to make it just like everybody else is, and then you want to get on here and try to downgrade and try to disrespect other people that has supported you and helped you probably too. I don't know if you like, bro. Have you ever sent him a cash out, bro?
yeah, I have when he was in his when he was in the hospital the first time. Yeah,
Oh shit. I want to send them shit. I ain't gonna lie to you. All that tears and all that hot, that breathing and shit. Oh, nigga, please. Look, you got your phone in your hand. Why are you choosing to get online, showing us your business? Some things are best not to be seen. Everything is not for public consumption. And I wish he understood that. I'm surprised, but look, speed up to now. He hasn't even realized that because he going live and sawing us and getting cussed out, and he be trying to try people. It's so crazy how we done seen him get punked. Okay, he went on YouTube dealing with anybody on YouTube, but he was out there in the world getting punked at the gym. You talking shit to a nigga that's a couple of inches away from you. How come you didn't keep that same energy when it came to me, Ro, and Tommy, and many others? Okay, and Jay Wilson, like, come on now, you need to keep that same energy. You got punked, and we seen it. Obviously, you didn't want to make a move because you knew better, because you didn't want to go that way. Got scared, you don't say? Got a little scared? I think he did. Yeah. We see right through that nigga. I ain't gonna lie to you. We see right through that nigga.
Yeah. And he didn't want to use his see that he didn't want to use it, because he's always said that, he has that tool, and he's not afraid to use it. But in that moment,
he ain't finna shoot shit. He ain't finna shoot shit at all. Because if he really was about that shit, he'd do it. Because honestly, I move in silence. I ain't finna tell you what I'm finna do. I'm gonna just do it. Just like now, a nigga wanna try to play with me and try to say this and say that. Look, nigga, hey, you don't know. I ain't gotta have my license to carry at all. Well, look, I know people, okay, and they don't mind giving me a little something for your ass to keep all that talking that you're doing on your channel, And I hate to be like that on your channel. I mean no disrespect, but this is the truth. I'm not playing. I'm serious. I'm very serious when I say that. Because I really don't. I don't like shit like that, because I done help people before. I done help a few folks, and when I help somebody in particular, like this person, I'm not gonna name his name, but he know what it is, and I feel like when it comes to Brian, when it comes to you and him, he know what it is. Because I ain't gonna lie to you, I call on my phone at certain hours, and you want to stay on the phone, and I gotta work. Bro, how did you even deal with that?
Yeah, I mean, I feel like I'm definitely going to take responsibility in that too, because we were talking, and you just got to be more stern. That's something though, Brian. He just gets so hissy fit about, but I do understand. I just understand where Mississippi was coming from. I'm not going to say that I don't, because when it's Brian's time, he's just that. When he be saying Uncle Brian and all that. When it's his time, he wants his time. I think that's regardless of you being a friend or it being in a relationship type thing. He just wants his time, but he has to understand that his time is not just his; it's ours. And you should, if you're a real friend, you should already got in the back of your head. Hold on, you know what? Let me look out for my friend. My friend did tell me, he got to work, so let me show some consideration. But that's not always there. That's something that his therapist, if he were to get one, will work out with him. Be like, okay, Brian, we need you to have some compassion. We need you to have some credibility. We're going to see where that lies with your pros and your cons. You don't have to take them, but they just may help build your relationships. Like, hey, it may help you by saying, you know what, I'm not going to be selfish in this moment and try to, get out everything I need to say to my friend. I can talk to him on a, I can cut this right in half, let him go to work and talk about it with him, the next day or whenever, the next time we talk. So hopefully, that's something that I hope if anything, hears that, from wherever he plans on getting the help from.
Yes, indeed. Hopefully he can receive it, because I'm tired of I'm so tired of him getting on here and saying the opposite of what really is going on, because he know what it is, bro. I ain't gonna lie to you, he know what it is, but he want to portray
Yeah.
himself something so totally different than what he done showed you and talked about you about. Like, like, come on now. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah. Oh, look, Stacy said life has been life, and for me, oh, boo. You said God. Oh, good night, Nat. Or have anything I will do.
Stacy, keep praying, baby.
Oh,
Keep praying, baby. Keep praying. Life is life for everybody. Keep praying.
that's right. Yeah, boo. I tell you, I know when I get on my knees, y'all, and I pray, I formed a relationship with, I feel like with God. I did, and I really do feel like that He's with me. That He's with me.
He
Um,
is. I mean, you look, bro. You look. You came from him. You have God in you. We all have God in us. We all. Every human being that done touched down on this earth, they have God in them. Even the unbelievers, they haven't just made it, a way to start believing in Him. But you got it in you. Anytime you have a moment of, of thought to even kneel down, or just have a moment, it could be the Holy Spirit coming around you. That's God right there. Nothing but God. Trust and
and that,
believe.
yeah, and Castro, I don't know when you found, like, how they say found the Holy Spirit, because I know when I was younger, I didn't have any of that in me. Like, I didn't know anything about feeling the word and knowing what type of relationship to build. I would just be praying to pray. Like, I used to just pray to, like, oh, is this something that we got to do? So I would do it, but I wouldn't take anything away from it. But now, actually, a friend of mine guided me into the right path of going to church and seeing what church is really about. Because when I was, like, in my teens, I did not know nothing about church. I would be in there and I was a blank slate. I would always just be ready to leave the church, be ready to go.
Yeah.
Be the one trying to just sleep in church. Like, if I had a whole day that I could just sleep in, I mean, the whole time that I was in there, if I could just have slept, that would be a good day for me. Like, oh my God,
Wow.
got to sleep. But now I'm so happy that, that friend of mine guided me in there and was like, "Bro, come to church with me." And I started going to church more than he did, and I was getting some out of it to help my whole week. I started really getting involved, and
Yes,
I'm glad I could do that before the COVID.
yes, indeed. Yes, indeed. Because COVID really, look, you had, churches that was big and small closing the doors on Sunday, and that is so abnormal for us people that, us regular citizens, expecting us to go to praise and worship, and we can't even go to the house of the Lord because of that. You know, that took a big toll. You know,
It
but
did. 'Cause all those
yeah.
relationships, Castro, that I
Mhm.
feel like you would build in church, and now I go past the churches on Sundays, and it's not the same.
It's not. It's not. And a lot of times you'll see more women in church than men, which is strange sometimes to me. But I think it is what it is. Sometimes men would go. I'm just saying. Yeah.
Yeah, because when I was going and, like, really um was hitting up that 11 o'clock service, it was just as many men as it was women. I used to see a lot of men that
Mhm.
at the end of the church service, when they say the doors of the church are now open.
Yeah.
In the church that I went to, I used to see men coming in there. They may look like they was gangsters, and
Mhm.
they just trying to putting the whole till in in the money pot, and then they
Yeah.
going up there ready to get saved, like going on up there and saying, "I'm ready.
I'm
Take me
ready.
right
I'm
in
ready.
church."
That's what it's about. Look, it's a lot of entertainers out here and people that are talented, and they lack the knowledge of Christ. They don't have that. They don't have it in them. You know, me personally, I'm still a beginner. I'm still learning. Even though I came from that, but I'm still learning. But at the same time, I would not ever deny who I believe in, who's waking me up every day. You know,
Yeah,
because people
and
want to
he,
deny Christ. Go ahead.
yeah, you right, Castro. And do you ever get those like sometimes he'll give you a little jab to like if like let's say like I be at work and I have a work friend come up to me and out of nowhere they'll kind of say, yeah, you know what, I'm trying to find a church home for my family or something like that. It'll just kind of just a spark of the moment,
Yeah.
and you be
Yes,
like,
indeed. Yes,
where
indeed.
that come from?
Yes,
Yeah.
indeed. Hey, look, Ro. Look. I tell my audience because I'm over here. What do you call your people?
Oh, you know what, Castro? It's been a long time. I used to call them the honest ones, but I
Okay,
don't really have a name for them. But yeah, they used to be the honest ones.
okay. So see. Okay, so look, I call mine the cannonballs. They are cannonballs. So anytime you get them over there on my channel, okay, you are a cannonball, baby. But yeah, what I was gonna
Oh,
say,
thank you. That's,
I kind of forgot my friend of thought. But you
oh,
go ahead, bro. Go ahead. Go ahead.
yeah, yeah. We were on the like the topic of religion, and sometimes how it just pops out at you.
Oh yeah.
So,
Oh yeah.
yeah, yeah.
Yeah. I'm very. I don't like telling everybody this, but I'm very clairvoyant. It's times where I see visions in my dreams, and they actually will happen. Sometimes I can be the person to let someone know what's going to happen before it happens. But I don't want to come off as weird. So, but God has blessed me with that gift. You know, I want to look.
Oh, really?
Yes, indeed. It happens to me. It happens to me a
You
lot.
you know what, Castro? So with me, I more so I have deja vu type vibes. Like a lot of
Mhm.
times, a situation, and then that can go for like YouTube. I'll be like, if I'm on a panel, and then I'm just like, hold on, this I've seen this happen before. Like this already done happen. I have that, and then I used to. I don't know what has happened. Maybe it's the this environment that I'm in because
It
I
could.
have not been able to like astral project. I used to astral project and
What
and
you so you
yeah,
used to see yourself outside of your body?
yeah, on some level. It was creepy, Castro.
Oh my goodness,
I
I want to experience that.
did have you ever? Because so one of the ones that I've had that I can vividly remember the most is I was walking through my grandmother's house, and Castro, when
Mhm.
I tell you, um, when you do it, when you astral project and you're walking through your house, it's quiet and it's cold, and you don't know like I'll say this though. I will say that my grandmother, who was very religious, all her prayers really helped. And I didn't see any spirits. She kept those
Oh,
spirits away with the strength of what she gave to, I feel like, the Lord. And I was walking through that house and I didn't feel any presences, which was why,
mhm,
I went I went down the hallway. I remember I was going through down the hallway of like this hallway that connects a lot of our rooms, and then I
mhm.
also went to her room. But before then, um, I went outside too. I was able to go all the way to the outside to like where our street is, and once I get up to a point, I'll either go into another dream or I'll wake up. But yeah, I that's the way like my actual projections were. I do have some scary
Wow.
ones too though. That
I
um
understand. Look, have you seen the man with the top hat?
no, I haven't seen any I hear stuff. I usually hear like growls or so. Oh, you know where Captain we getting kind of deep now. That's why I hope I'm
Look,
scared
look,
nobody, but
I
I be
know
hearing
it's
those
all
at
right.
night.
It's all right. Look, we are just spiritual beings living a human experience. So hey, we are just it's what it is.
Hey
God
Max,
gave us.
hey Rodney. Yeah. Have you ever had what's the I have paralysis though. I don't have it as
I would,
much in my new spot.
oh my goodness, Ro, I promise you,
Yeah,
I
sleep
had one
paralysis.
like a few nights ago. It felt like someone was dipping off in my bed. Like, oh my goodness, I feel like someone was like, if someone big, like, oh my goodness, I feel, and then I feel like it went over me, and then it went off into the floor. But I didn't. It was
My
just
God.
a dark. It was a dark energy. But I didn't see, I didn't see no any eyes, anything. But it was strange,
I,
and I struggle with that. That's why I have a hard time sleeping because of sleep paralysis. Those little demons. I don't know. Sometimes I think it's sometimes like, is it something that I'm doing that is causing that? It make me want to kind of like, stop doing whatever I'm doing. I can't be so explicit on here and say what I'm doing, but I think like, damn, is that the cause of it? Why is that happening to me?
yeah,
Why am I
I
why
mean,
am I experiencing it?
Castro, it can be scary because I the ones that I used to have, I don't have them as much anymore. Now when I have so it's even more like um being that I don't have them as much anymore is even like it's even more of a like a freakier feeling. But the ones I did, it felt like you couldn't breathe, and you can't move. But I used to have growls in my ear, and I mean, that was so scary. Like I would never look. I would never look. But I used to have growls. The last one that I had, it was a presence that was I got goosebumps just thinking about it. Like it was just a presence that was like over me, and I guess it was breathing. Maybe I was hearing breathing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, I feel like when you're at your the home that you grew up in, that's where you have the most at because it's so many memories and there's so many uh it's so much spirits walk in and out of there. Like people. As you grew up, the house you grew up in.
That's
Yeah.
well, that's why they say, be mindful on who you allow in your house, wherever, your energy, because sometimes people have spirits on them, and sometimes you got to be mindful of that, because whatever they may have, it may try to come off into your energy, so therefore it'll hop on you, or really, you may have some type of entity, trying to get to you that is not so good for you, because I look, it's so many spirits out here walking the earth. That's why I like to, be friendly, and well, when I say friendly, I mean by speaking and being polite. But I ain't so engaging, because I know people are not that, everybody's not. It's not gonna give you what you are giving them. You know.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Yeah. And Castro, I mean, I'm not going to get too deep into this, but I did have one that was, oh my God, like I don't know what that was about, but I didn't like the fact that it was like outside when I was astral projecting, or whatever. It could have been just a dream. Um, I guess it was an astral projection. I was outside my grandmother's house, and it was a wagon,
Mm.
and bodies were being put in that wagon. Damn, that scared the heck out of me. I think that was diabolical.
It was.
It was
So,
like I was that. I guess that was where I don't know, but like it was like yeah, bodies was being put in a wagon. Um,
but what did that mean,
it
though?
was scary.
What did that mean? Did
I
somebody die?
wonder. I wonder myself what that meant. No, no, nobody. See, it's hard sometimes to know exactly what was going on, in reality, and when you have
Hmm.
dreams like that. But no, it was just that. Like I remember, it was that wagon, and I'm just like, I don't know what exactly I was doing, but I just remember that, and I'm just like, where the heck am I?
And you know
I
what,
think.
Ro? I got. Oh, go ahead.
Oh no, no, I'm good, Castro.
No, I was going to tell you. Now that we talking about projecting, one time, I told my mama this. Um, I had a dream. I was sleeping in my bed in my room, and if my spirit it felt like I had as like you say, Aspro projecting, and I was I was on the passenger side in my mother's car, and I know where she went when where she was going when she was handling her business, and I told her about it. She said, "You just with me in spirit."
Yeah. Oh, you know what, Castro? Don't, and I'll say this, don't be afraid of astral projection. I hope we have more of those because don't you feel good after you have one? Like when I astral project,
Yeah.
because it's like your body is it's just like light and it's a cool feeling. Um,
Yeah.
I don't want you to astral project though around no dark spirits because you just don't
Heck
know where
no.
that can take your body.
After what you done told me about the growling in the ear, I ain't ready for that because I ain't gonna lie to you. There was a
Yeah,
time when I was having those. I had a moment of sleep paralysis where I thought a family member was in my room. And I'm like, how the hell you get up in here? What are you doing up here? Because the family member like to play jokes on me because I'm not someone that likes surprises. So I will be a little scared. I ain't gonna lie to you. I will. I don't. I'm very. I'm very very like, oh my goodness, wow. Where did you come from? I'm one of those types. But yes, that shit is so real. Oh my goodness, I can't stand
yeah,
it. I hate it.
yeah.
I hate it, bro. I hate it.
See the sleep paralysis. I'm not really fond of that one, but actually, sometimes Castro, my astral projections can be emotional because I do be wanting. I'll be wanting my mother's presence. I'll be wanting my aunt's presence, or my grandmother. I do be wanting to see them. I'll say because when somebody passes and you haven't seen them in so many years, you just want that
Yeah.
want their strength that they gave you back.
So,
So I
you
do
don't
be
mind me asking, your mother's no longer here with us in the living?
no, no, she passed when I was like 11 or 12
I'm sorry to hear that. Man.
or thing.
Look, my father,
Yeah.
my father, I outlived him. He died when he was 23. I think either 20. Well, either no, he was born in 1970, so and he died in 1992. So yeah, I kind of outlived him a little bit when it came to the years. But yeah, that's I still sometimes
Oh,
I have not seen him, but I have seen other family members that have passed on in my dreams all the time. It's like it's almost like it's as if they are still they same self. They haven't changed. And then you still know how to conduct yourself around them because it feels so real when you see them in your dreams.
and you know what, Castro? I don't see my uh a lot of my family that has passed now in my dreams. I really think it's because of my work structure and also my environment. Maybe that's it right now too. Because I don't have a lot of nights where I have like cool. I need to get like cool nights where it's just like a cool um air and all that around me. Um
Right.
yeah, so I think it's probably because sometimes you just need more space. So I think I just need a more spaceful type spot so that I can really have those have those vivid dreams because now I'm always on a rush. A lot of it is probably my fault too though because I don't get as much rest as I should get to. So I think I need to start getting more rest.
Yeah, you
But
got to.
sometimes when you work overtime, you can't really rest how you want.
That's true. That's true. It's important to rest. If you don't rest, how can you expect to still be surviving and living? Because not getting enough rest can kill you. So it's important to get that rest.
Yeah. Castro, I tell you, this was a good convo though. I'm glad I haven't got deep like this with anybody in a long time, Castro. Especially
I
speaking
know.
on the spiritual side,
Yes, indeed.
astral projection.
I got to tell you, I'm one of the chosen ones. I don't want to scare anybody, but I'm one of the chosen ones. See, people think that I'm just this and that, but at the same time, I do have another side to me. So it is what it is, you know.
Yeah, and Castro, I hope that you are able to step more into that too, into like what you're chosen here to do. And that you really like it. You know,
Hmm.
I feel like it's definitely something with it. You woke that back up for me because I haven't even been thinking about my astral projections. The last one that I had was sleep paralysis. That was the last one. I haven't been having my astral
That's a scary one.
projection.
That's a scary one, Ro, sleep paralysis. But
Yeah.
the astral projection, you know, when you have that, you can feel other people feelings and shit. You know, I have a brother that's like that. He can feel people pain. You know, he know what they going
Oh,
through. Are you like that too as well?
what is it called again, Castro?
No, no, I'm saying when you astral project, can you feel other people's pain?
Um, you know when you say that, I don't think so.
Okay,
I
because you know
probably have.
okay.
I mean, because mine is more on the level of feeling. I can feel the atmosphere.
Hmm.
Um, when you say feeling somebody's pain, could you go kind of more into it? Oh, and Rico, this is a good tip that Rico had. Oh, okay. Thank you, Rico. I may have to try that. Put a cup of water by it and you.
Basically, oh, go ahead.
No, no, I was just reading that. Yeah, yeah. What were you saying, though, Castro?
No, basically
Like
what
about
it is. No, basically what it is when you have that moment. Sometimes people that out here that can experience certain energies, they can feel how much someone is hurting on the inside, and they can feel that. You know, they kind of really sometimes maybe embottle and really in my eyes embottle that. You know, sometimes because it's that deep. You know.
I usually the thing about it is a lot. It's wild. Like when I do have certain moments of like those extreme dreams or the astral projecting, when I do have emotional moments, it's usually just within that. And then when I wake up, I'm just like, what happened? Like I'll have all that emotion. But
Right.
but it's like I'm like, okay, I don't woke up. Okay, like and
Yeah.
I still feel it a little bit, but it's just like meant for that dream.
But
Or
can I ask
for
you this
whatever.
though? When you see yourself outside your body, because you know that's your soul. You know, leaving your body. Do you go back to your body, or you just it's just kind of like wherever you are at in that time, you look, you know, wherever you were at in that time, you know, in that dream, you obviously wake up and be like, okay, I'm back here. Is it like that?
Yeah, yeah, it's like wherever I'm at. Like yeah, because I don't look. But like I guess this I need to have more courage because I won't really look for myself. So it's
Mm-hmm.
like I'm just out there in the atmosphere. So I don't even
Yeah.
know. I feel like it's definitely just me in that spirit because um I know somehow I'm getting through that door to get outside, or sometimes if I'm not mistaken, I'll be outside. I've been in other people's houses, Castro. That's how deep
Right.
I used
You
houses
know what?
that used to be there.
Look, let me tell you this, bro. One time, oh, that's so deep. I want to know about that. But I'm gonna tell you a little story. One time, I was dealing with someone that I really liked a lot, but I had some concerns. So therefore, I had a dream. And do you know that I guess a moment of astral projecting. How come I went through the wall and I was able to see what that person was doing with somebody else? It wasn't look, it wasn't with me, but I seen them. I seen
Oh,
them.
yeah. Sometimes yeah, you can. I try not to dip like too much into that. I really rather just be around like my family because when I was, it was I'll say this from what I can remember. I don't think I came across any. Well, no, I did. I guess I did come across like some crazy stuff, but not too much. Not like straight up. Oh my God! All these people's dark forces I'm taking upon. No, I it's the house across the street, which is crazy. It's like the house across the street.
Yeah.
I don't know why that house is so still like stuck in like my mind and stuff, but because that was the house that I didn't even used to go to. I used to have a best friend that used to live right across from me, and I barely used to go in that one in my actual projection, but it was just this white and red house. I remember that one. But yeah, it's it's deep, Castro. It is just like those people that was in the wagon, and something else that was, I'll say that stood out is that it was smiling going on. It was like smiling. Um, and that was kind of the fearful thing, like, me thinking about
That sounds
and
like
I just say it's like I'm
that
not in
sounds very
Kansas
scary to me.
anymore. Uh
Oh, that sounds very scary to me. Ain't gonna lie to you. It
yeah,
does. But no, ain't gonna lie
it
to you.
was.
When I saw what I saw, because I was already, even though I was already aware and in the knowing of who I was dealing with at the time, that was a whole manga, for me to be dreaming and then me. It's like how you say you went, you was going around and see shit like that. You was going here and there. I went there to the apartment. It's almost as if I was the person that was on the other side of the wall, and it's like I just went right through the wall, and I seen that someone was dealing with that I liked a lot was dealing with someone with somebody else, and they were doing things sexually. I seen that. And then it was just giving me more confirmation that that person that I was had feelings for at the time ain't really for me. They was with they was for somebody else.
Oh wow. See, Castro, that's the thing. I haven't yet now when I have been in that type of space, I haven't seen that yet. I haven't been able to predict the future. I don't think my calculations like when I do have certain moments where it looks like I'm seeing something in the future, it usually is not like it usually doesn't happen like that. But my deja vu, yes, my deja vu is like spot on. But I can't really remember that. It's hard for me to it's crazy. I mean, it's not hard to know when I see it when I'm like this done happened. But if I'm like on a panel or something, I usually won't bring that up. I'll
Right.
just be out. I used to though. I used to kind of like yell out, "This is deja vu." Every so often I might do it, but I guess as I have kind of grown within here, and um, I just won't really bring it up. Maybe I need to start more often, bringing it up again. When
I'm the same way. I'm the same way because I don't like because I don't want to freak anybody out. But that I mean I
yeah,
am the same one that can see certain things sometimes before they happen because I get a heads up ahead of time. And I could be the person to warn that person, but sometimes I don't warn them because I don't want to freak them out. I mean, I feel like it's just a gift within me. I don't tell everybody that, but yeah. That's look, bro. It was a time where something happened on my street where look something happened to my neighbors. Um, SWAT team. I seen it in my dream. It was a SWAT team in my dream, and they was surrounding the house at nighttime. How come in the daytime I'm just walking down the street with my sister and my cousin? How come it's a SWAT team at the house? What I done dream now, what I done seen in my vision, when I seen my vision, how come it's happening in the daytime and look in clear view vision? Hmm. I seen it before it even happened.
you, Castro, this one right here. Oh, okay, and yeah, thank you, Rico. Okay, but yeah, this one I've had it involved um I'm gonna just call this one a dream, but it felt very real. and it involved a coworker of mine, and it was drugs involved. When I say I ain't casual, I never even seen them type of drugs. When I say it was um the white stuff, and
Oh,
all I remember
okay.
is yeah, it was boxes of it, and somehow I was over there with it. I think I fell into it, Cash. I ain't gonna lie, I fell into it or something. I'm like, what is going on here?
Oh
And
my goodness.
I remember seeing him though, and I'm just like, what are we doing here? Are we about to? I don't even remember if we was about to sell or what, but I remember it was boxes. It was brown boxes of it, and I just had to go see what was going on with that, and that powder started going up in the air. I was
Mm.
I was up in the merchandise, Castro. Hold on,
Oh,
my
in the
coworker
merchandise.
about to get me.
Oh my goodness. I'm glad you washed out. I'm glad you washed out. I'm glad you washed out. Shit, yeah. Shit.
Yeah, maybe we was the lookout or something, But I know that product. I was very curious. I was like, that stuff looked like it came from the foreignest countries,
Must have some
that
good work.
good.
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. I would have been ready. Look, I ain't gonna lie to you. Look, if it had been me, I would have been getting. Look, I would have been. I would have been ready to get a few grams and shit. Look, so a few kilos. Okay, about that. You know what I'm saying? But all right. It is like
It was stacks of it. It was
Oh,
stacks.
that's what
It
I'm
was
saying.
like
We could have made some money, nigga. We could have made some money, bro. We could have made some money. Shit. I'm gonna wrap that shit up. Okay. Shit, we don't do our own product. So look, we just issuing it out to other folks. Oh, that's so bad to say. But it is what it is. Hey, it's hood shit. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's hood shit. Hey. Oh, we rolling.
yeah, because I tripped and fell in it. That's why I tell them I fell up in it.
In the dream.
Yeah, that's what it was. I fell.
Oh my goodness! How the hell you brought in the work? Look, we can have you brought in the work. Look, we go. Look, I'll just say, hey, I'll give you. Look, I'll tell you, hey, what to do and how to do it. Shit, you be all right. Shit, you know how to do it. Look, I'll just say, hey, just wrap it up. We'll put you on wrapping up things because we don't want you falling nowhere else. Nah, we don't want you falling nowhere else. I handle everything else. Shit. I ain't gonna lie, cause
Yeah,
I ain't gonna lie to you. I don't fool around. I don't fool around. I don't fool around with those things either myself. I don't know. That's too much. That's too risky. Too
yeah.
risky.
Because that was the first time that I've had, like a dream revolving around, drugs.
Mm.
And it's crazy because like with that person, like, because you would have thought like, well, did you ever discuss that with that person? But no, I didn't. We never discussed anything dealing with drugs or nothing like that. So,
I was just gonna
I
say,
think
were
it
you
was
fooling around
something.
with somebody that was selling drugs?
No,
Okay.
especially
Oh.
not those type of drugs. So they see it so vividly, and the way it was just there. Like I was just like put in that position, like just like planted into the dream. It was just like, wow, this got to mean
Mm.
something.
It
I
gotta
wonder if
mean
I ever
something.
told him.
I ain't gonna lie to you. Sometimes I be wondering what my dreams mean. Sometimes sometimes I have to Google because I see snakes. I see snakes and I see rats in my dreams sometimes, and that scares me sometimes. But snakes mean money. I'm gonna get some bread. Now, anytime I see a snake in my dream, I'm gonna get paid. Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to
Yes,
think.
indeed.
Do I see? I don't think I see snakes. Do I see many? I think I see too many. You know, well, what, Cash? I'm not gonna get like too involved with because some of the stuff is just wild.
Yeah, it'd be like, okay, let's come back down to reality. Okay, I understand what you're saying.
Yeah, yeah, um, it's a fear tactic too, though. Sometimes it's a fear tactic because you try to protect yourself in the dream, like so that you won't be so scared, if something does come up that like catches you off guard. So it's a
Right.
lot of times that we make it into certain fantasies. I think, you'd be like, okay, now I think I made it extreme because I didn't want to see something. Sometimes it's certain things you try to hide from yourself.
Look, Ro, I can't even lie to you. I can't lie. Sometimes my dreams they scare me, so therefore I wake up a lot. I'm up a lot, in the wee hours of the morning. It's like 2 or 3, sometimes 4 o'clock in the morning. Like, oh my goodness, I'm trying to get my 6 hours of sleep, or is it 8 hours?
Yeah, I think it
I
wants you to
need,
have eight hours.
yeah, I need my, at least yeah. But yeah, my dreams sometimes they kind of scare me sometimes, so I be kind of spooked. I be kind of
Yeah,
spooked.
you don't want to. And the thing about it, I'm not gonna say when I have woken all the way up from a dream and I'm huffing like I usually if I go back to sleep, I won't go right back into that dream. But I know some people will, but I know for the most part I'll usually just be able to kind of just get back to rest. But yeah, I understand what you mean though. I mean it can be scary and actually I hope for myself that I will stop trying to use so many uh safety measures to not see what my dream is trying to produce to me. Even though
Right.
yeah, it's fearful, but I want to see what maybe is meant in the balance is from what in the balance is meant for me to see. But I have been doing quite a bit of um like uh what we had just said. Like I've been basically making things into a fantasy, but
Mhm.
just not to see exactly what, oh, excuse me, what what somebody could be trying to show me,
Yeah.
So yeah, but
You
another
know,
thing, Castro, yeah, you
oh,
said,
go ahead.
oh, us being gay men, it's certain things that have also been placed into our minds that I mean I do think about at times, and especially as I get older. I don't want to scare you though, Castro. So I'm not gonna really.
Oh, you not
Maybe
scare me at
maybe
all.
you sure? Like I mean, how they say a lot of times, about us maybe going to where I never want us to go.
Oh
I
yeah.
don't want us to go there, but
Yeah.
that comes up.
I understand.
That
Oh,
place. But with the way growing up Baptist. uh that's what they kind of say, abominations and things like that. um and you're gonna have your preachers in the Baptist church that is always heavily on that subject. So um I have those dreams sometimes too.
yeah, I ain't gonna lie to you. I may have I may have expressed this on my channel. There was a time where I had a dream. Really, I felt like it was a vision, and I was able to see Jesus on the throne. And people may not believe me, but I saw him for a split second. For a split second, I couldn't see his face. His face was like the sun, bright as the sun. So I couldn't look at
Oh,
that for too long. But if you notice, people that have seen him, they would say the same thing. All you gotta do is look YouTube it. You will look. What I saw, many others have saw too as well, and they may have saw many other things too. Because I wasn't able to see certain, the city of gold or the colors. People talk about the colors. Ro, are you familiar with people talking about the colors when it comes to to heaven?
no, 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 I don't know the actual colors. The only ones that I remember, that I think maybe is it gold. Is
It's
gold
gold, but
one?
it's just like just when you are there, you just you feel they say you feel so loved. We haven't experienced that yet. But once we get up on out of here, out of this earthly realm, and go to another realm, higher realm, than here,
Yeah.
we'll be able to experience
Yeah.
that. But we can't come back and vlog about it. We can't even talk about it because I feel like God don't want people to really too much know about that because He want you to have the experience of that. It ain't for everybody to know. That's why I don't believe in all that whole ancestry. We talking to our ancestors. Look, our ancestors have been long gone. It's about us now. It's about us now.
Oh, you think so?
Hmm.
Wow.
I know
You
so, because if it was like how people want to portray it as, look, it'd be easy. Okay, well, this is what we are going to be expecting for when we leave here, leave our shell, because the body that we are in right now, this is just a rental. We haven't got our glorified body, so this is just a rental body, you know. And we gotta
yeah.
watch what we do in our rental bodies, because we gotta, take accountability for what we did in this body, you know.
And, and
But
one
everybody,
thing too,
go ahead.
you said like one thing that I will say, Cash, I don't know if somebody has told you, but if you do run into any dark spirits, um, I was always told to call out Jesus. They say that's a weapon that you can use if you
Oh yeah,
just
hey,
say his name, just
you
say
should
Jesus.
already know me already, bro. I look, hey, look, I sing about him all the time. No man can come to the Father. Hey, I'm just saying. But through him, they
Yeah,
got look. You gotta go through Jesus to get to his Father. That's why I don't understand how
yeah.
people don't believe in him, because he is a real man. He died for our sins. He already know what we gonna do before we even do it. You know,
A lot of
not to get.
times, my prayers go. I go to God for my prayers, but I do have to. I have to remember, the Holy Spirit as well. I mean, first too,
Well, the Holy
because He's a
Spirit
man.
the Holy Spirit is another spirit that is there in the presence, even though they already know that you are a believer. They look, God is right there with the Holy Spirit, as well. But at the same time, you're not escaping him or leaving that, well, not I shouldn't say him, but you're not leaving the Holy Spirit out when you are trying to intertwine with our Heavenly Father, our Lord and Savior. They
And
right there with they are right there with him.
I've never judged Jesus. Like I've never judged Jesus, but I have. I feel like built a connection, um, more so with God. I feel like I have that connection, but Jesus, I feel like right there. I'm all right with Jesus too. I maybe I need to try to experience more with him, but and I've never. And I understand. He was a man. Um, but I've never judged them. But I'll just say a lot of my this where my spirit I feel like goes to is support from God.
Hmm.
But I try to include all of them, especially like the
Well,
Holy Spirit.
for
But
me, they are really, both of them are really the same. You got Jesus, and you got his Father, which is God. So when anytime
yeah,
we say a prayer, we are doing our due diligences. Oh, I can't say the word right. Sorry about that. But we are praying to the same person. You
I
know.
heard that before too. Yeah, because I mean Jesus, I love I love just saying it, and I do say it in my prayers. In Jesus' name, I pray. I do say that too. So I just have to have more of a awareness of all three, because the more the merrier. I think it brings strength, even more defined strength to help you stay committed to your conscience and what you really want to do in this world when you have all three. I gotta look at that, because
Bro,
sometimes
let me
you
tell
feel
you
like you're
this:
alone.
when you pray really to the Father, you're talking to all three of them.
I gotta
Just know
remember
that.
that, Castro. Yeah.
Just know that you are.
Uh,
Just
Okay.
like the Bible said, no man can come to the Father on through me, which is Jesus. So therefore, when you get on your knees or whenever you feel the need to pray, hey, you look, you coming to Him too through the Father and the Son and the Holy Spirit.
I'm gonna do that tonight.
All that one. Know
Yeah, cause
that.
you know what, Castro, because I've already, I built that connection that, through my prayers. So yeah, I got to see how this is gonna go. I all Yeah, okay.
It would go well. It's up to you to keep it like how it's supposed to be going. Honestly, honestly.
Yeah. Hey, Castro, I really enjoyed this conversation. We're gonna have to. I know we have tons more, stories to talk about, especially with this astral projection and
I
um
know, 'cause, I ain't gonna lie to you. Even though I
system.
had moments like that, but I haven't really just experienced because you went into details, like you really was out of your body. Your soul was
Yeah.
walking around, and you in the bed, but your soul is walking around. Like, what the hell? It's very interesting. I ain't gonna lie to you. It's very interesting. I'm shocked that you was even you was bold enough to see you even say that. Because you could not even told anybody that.
Yeah. I think I wanted to it was somebody I was having a conversation with on it before, but we didn't go too deep like that. Or
Hmm.
either, we were gonna talk about it, but I think we just kind of passed by it. So yeah, this right here though, I haven't maybe one time before I spoke on it. But yeah, this was the most. I think me, you, and Rico talked about it a little bit. Because sometimes you just don't go this deep.
No, you
You know,
don't. We don't.
yeah.
I'm surprised we.
But
Look, I ain't gonna lie to you.
I
I'm
felt
surprised we
comfortable.
went this deep. I feel comfortable
Yeah,
talking to you about this, though. I ain't gonna lie to you. I do. This is the first time I ever even really talked to you about something like this because because I don't want people thinking I'm crazy because they may think that, oh, you're just lying, you're lying, you're making up anything. No, these are things that has happened that I have felt and that I have experienced. Okay, I'm not lying
yeah.
to you guys. I'm not lying. That's why I say, hey, I feel
True.
like, bro, you may be one of the chosen ones too. I ain't gonna lie.
Yeah. Castro, we got this. I definitely felt comfortable talking with you about this too. And yeah, I think we
I
get we
hope
got more things to show them, Castro.
we do. And look,
Yeah.
hopefully I can, hopefully one day, damn, it's, I may take an Amtrak and shit. We can meet up or something, just hey on some chill shit. Cause
Yeah.
no, look, I'm be coming and going. I'll be coming in for a little minute. I'm down there. I'm heading my ass back on to Little Rock, Arkansas. Okay.
Yeah. I've always wanted to take an Amtrak too. I see a lot of those videos where people are like taking trains, and they say it's an okay ride. Some of them Amtraks though, they say are fast, and
They have
they be
very
moving
fast.
so fast they be scared. They say,
Oh, bro, you will love it, bro. You will love it. I was 18 by myself traveling to Houston, Texas, and I got on the Amtrak. And I got on Amtrak. Then after I got off the Amtrak, I had went to, I had got on the bus to so I can get to Houston. But you will love the experience. You can you can either get a room, by yourself, a little private room. You can either get food and everything. Me personally, I ain't have all that. I didn't have the funds for all that. But you can do it. If you can go to California, you can do that. You can.
"Oh yeah,
You can.
well you
It's
never know
easy.
then."
And then look, it's very cheap. What's 130 and 180 or 280? That's nothing. That's cheap.
Oh
Get
yeah, that
look,
is.
look to get the point A to point and to get the point A and point B back and forth. Shit, you good. You're good.
Yeah, sure. You never know. Maybe sometime in the future.
Yes, indeed.
Yeah.
Yes. Indeed. Look, I would hope I
Yeah.
can meet you and the other people. I ain't trying to meet Brian though, because I think he's just unpredictable. But hopefully one day, I can meet so many people that I have been talking shit about and talking shit to, because they've been on my ass. So therefore, I was on their ass too. But at the same time, I come in peace. I come in
Yeah.
peace. I do. I do. I do.
I Yeah, would you ever want to meet ZT? I know y'all had a V
Oh
for a
hell no.
while.
No, hell no.
Oh, oh, not that one. Oh, yeah,
No.
that's.
Hell no. Hell no. That nigga can stay where he at over there in Kansas. Oh, I wish I was home. I wish I was home, Dorothy ass. Hey, okay, look, walking down a yellow brick fucked up ass road. Look, the brown yellow brick road. If you ask me, when it comes to him, fuck him. I don't, no, I don't like him at all. Ugh. Fuck yeah, nigga. You're still a fake in my eyes. I can't even sing right now, but you still a fake in my eyes. Okay. Yes.
Oh
And look,
wow.
and look, it's so crazy how that song that I came up with in my head. People still know it to this day. He was a fake, and he sure was a fake ass
Wow.
nigga. Please. Just like Brian, just like Brian. Brian is a fake too. Because I know, when it came to you and when it came to you and Brian, it was real. But Brian want to come on here and try to portray it as if it wasn't nothing like it was. Like, nigga, please, we know what it is.
Yeah. Hopefully,
Front and center for the people, knowing that
hopefully.
knowing that he wanted you. You know what I'm saying? He was so happy that he got a little attention from you. I ain't gonna lie to you, it's true. Thank goodness you gave us some
Yeah.
attention.
Yeah, hopefully, Brian will. I hope as he has told me. He said he's moved on. So I just hope he moves in the right direction. Don't move on to get yourself in. I'll say something that you can't handle. I hope
Yeah,
he,
getting his
but
windows
that's for
busted
him.
out. Oh my
Yeah,
goodness, get
cause
your windows busted out. And then you expect us to fit the bill. Nigga, please, are you crazy? Nigga, get out of here. You're the one talking old cash money shit about this person, that person. Nigga, please. Nigga, look, what about you? Because I may have got hits out the head, but look, I'm not getting my windows busted out. Because look, at the end of the damn day, niggas know where a nigga, one nigga know where I lay my head at, but you don't. Okay, you don't. But see, that nigga won't be so smart enough to even come over here to even try to bust a window out, because he already know he'll be going back to what, jail. Okay.
mm,
That's the difference between me and you, Brian. Okay, look, I ain't like that. I ain't like you. You want to forgive a nigga? Okay, he done did this and did that, but see, I guess you must have some type of insurance to cover the shit that the damage that he did, and you want to you want to get up here and act as if you done covered everything. Nah, bitch, you had some insurance, bitch. You weren't paying that shit out of your own pocket. Are you serious, nigga? Please. Mm. We ain't impressed by that shit at all. Now get on live and really go live instead of being in live in a sauna. In a sauna, and I bet look. You remind me of some of them niggas that want to have other niggas in the sauna. Oh yeah, you look, y'all making eye contact and shit. Oh, you want something to go down too, huh? Yeah, you remind me of those type of niggas. Yeah, you do, Brian. You do, because you ain't getting too much of attention when it comes to you on them apps. I ain't like you. I ain't like you. I ain't searching for Tom, Dick, and Harry and Shaniqua and everything else. I want a family. I want a family. Please, bitch. If you want a family, bitch, how about you reconsider and go back to being straight? Go back to being straight. I guess you're not gonna do that, but it is what it is. But I'm gonna let you have it. I'm gonna let you have it.
I think
Honest,
he
bro, what's
wants
up?
to adopt. Yeah, I think he said he was gonna adopt. And then it was
Adopt
something.
what?
Oh, yeah. He said he. I think. If I'm not mistaken. Well, I ain't gonna say through his job, but adoption agency. He said, yeah. So I don't think he wants to be with a woman though. He said, I think it's he does want to be with a man.
Yeah,
Um, and then
because he finally, he has been struggling with his sexuality for a long time, and he's battling with that for some unknown reason. Look, nigga, if you like sucking on dick, nigga, you like sucking on dick. Okay, it is what it is. If you like eating asshole and shit, you like spreading it out so you can get all off in that asshole. To be exact, and you stuck on the balls too. Hey, that's what you like. Don't try to get on here and try to portray yourself as something that you're not, nigga. And then you trying to have, and look, and my thing is, he want to have the nerve to have a lot of heat for us. But nigga, what about you and your transgressions and what you doing with? Call your daddy. Call him. Call him. Meet up with him. Stop going to Jay Wilson as if he was your daddy. I'm just saying, baby, please get it together. Because I ain't like you, baby. Look, I ain't struggling like how you think I am with issues. I know how to deal with it and say and put two tears and say in the bucket and say fuck it. I ain't like you, okay? And that's why you mad right now because you mad. You think that I'm gonna be continuing going on about you and about this and that, baby. I don't give two fucks about you. I don't. I don't. I gave you a little attention, but baby, I don't care. But yeah, you'll be alright, big baby. Big, look, big for nothing ass nigga. If you ask me, big for nothing. Mm-hmm.
oh
Go get your
wow,
gun.
that's right.
Get your gun. 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 I know you're scared. Get your gun. Go ahead, bro. Get your gun.
Well, yeah, I mean Castro, I'm not sure how deep you are, Brian, are in it right now, but I don't know. I know with Brian, he will be um sometimes he'll be at his lowest with you, but then I think he'll try to get back into your good graces. That's just the way
Yeah.
I think who how Brian is by now too. So you just
Yeah, I
don't
do.
know what'll happen come next week.
Yeah.
Um, I guess we'll see. But you know what, Castro? I think I'm gonna go ahead and head out of here.
All
This was
right
a
now.
great combo though, Castro. Yeah, we gonna definitely be talking again soon.
We can. We can. Look, I'm grateful for you having me up, so you can go ahead and drop me. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro. Thank you, bro.
Oh, you're welcome. And Castro, you enjoy your night too, and just yeah,
Oh, I am.
remember what we said
Oh, I
too.
am. I ain't like Brian. I
Yeah,
ain't like Brian over here waiting for a call or two or Tommy either, because they on Jack and shit, trying to find some dick for the night. But thank you.
I was hearing about somebody on Jack Castro. Oh Lord.
It's true. He showed us. He showed us. Look, Tommy showed us what he was doing, trying to find some dick. Nigga, please. Nigga, look, we can all find some dick out here. Dick is available. Okay, in the community. Okay. I don't give a damn. But yeah, I ain't looking for it. Shit, it's all right. Look, I can please myself. But thank you, Ro, for having me up. Cause I can go on and on and on. But thank you for having me up
Oh,
for the time being. Thank you.
oh, you're welcome, Castro. Okay, I'll talk to you later, buddy.
All right, go ahead and drop
Uh,
me.
okay. All right, so y'all, that was a great conversation that I had with Castro. We really went deep. Um, and I'm glad that we did because Castro really helped me. I think out of everything in this live tonight, I'm about to get on my knees and I'm praying to God, the Holy Ghost, and Jesus Himself. I'm gonna put all them into my thoughts as I deliver my prayer to just build my spirits. Because y'all, I gotta say, sometimes with this whole workforce thing, um, work is becoming a whole nother journey. So I just gotta keep myself prayed up because sometimes your heart just feels like it's, your heart is just like um, overwhelmed. I gotta tell y'all that my heart has felt very overwhelmed lately um, at work, and I've been feeling pressure. So I just keep myself uh, lifted through strength. Yeah. with certain new changes that we've been going through. But I think y'all know where I'm coming from. But yeah, our conversation was bomb. Um, and I'll be talking with y'all soon. All right, so yeah, y'all be on the lookout. And everybody that we may have discussed, don't take it personal. Remember, it's just YouTube. It's YouTube. Everybody get talked about. So here we go, y'all. Let's leave out with not taking it personal. Oh, and thank you too, Rico. We appreciate that. Yeah, I'll definitely be trying to hit you up with any questions I may have on the back end. Oh, Catherine said, I've always thought that snakes were a sign of deception and that there was someone deceptive around when I dreamed of snakes. Okay, Catherine, I might have to look into that. I can't remember if I've had too many dreams with snakes, like Catherine was telling me. Yeah, I haven't had too many Eve moments, you guys. Who is Adam and Eve? Now, I know Adam for Adam. Oh, see, look at me. Let me see. I know Adam for Adam, but Adam for Eve. That snake. I only seen that snake in comedy scenes. Comedy scenes, I've seen that snake. All right, I'll see y'all later. Bye-bye.